Hey guys, welcome to this new podcast. It's gonna be called Charles and ChatGPT or ChatGPT and Charles, and basically it's me chatting with GPT. This may sound boring, but I don't think it is. It'll give you a nice glimpse of what's in my brain and what's in GPT's. So let's start with I'm starting this pod called Charles and ChatGPT. Sometimes you don't even need to ask it the questions if you can't even formulate, just give it pieces of data. You and me chatting about business and stuff. You can make errors and GPT will understand you, which is always a nice thing. Shoot me questions and let's have a convo. What I would like to add today to this is probably a couple of topics that I have written here, because GPT is not always the solutions to a fun conversation. Critical skills and entrepreneurs need to succeed, and how can they develop these skills effectively? So this is a kind of boring question. I'm gonna let GPT know, but I'm still gonna answer that here. I'd probably say in terms of skills like using technology, scaling, thinking widely instead of deeply, which is a topic we're gonna talk about today. Killing one's ego, being good at sizing disinformation, having learning systems. So since it started the conversation broad, it's gonna understand like the quality of my answer and sort of my intellect from this response here, and it will get smarter as a result, or it will just pick up on what I said, which is usually smart in my opinion. So using technology, how do you think businesses can better leverage technology to gain a competitive edge? There's specific technologies. Like in my case, there's this Apollo tech stack for sure. That is quite helpful. There's this podcasting as a service as well. I'm reaching out my ideal customer persona, my ideal self persona also, because I want to absorb some of what these people have, whether it is wealth, whether it is their mindset, their thinking, their emotional management, and their building capabilities. So Apollo, SendGrid, Namecheap, I send emails at scale with that, and I get a bunch of replies on a daily basis. Get this calendar here, calendar there, and it's a pretty fun life. It's pretty scalable. Why? Because podcasting, you can learn, you can have fun, you can grow your business, you can make money at the same time. So it's pretty good. What are common challenges entrepreneurs face when scaling their business, and how have you approached these challenges? Well, first, what do I mean by scale? Because I haven't scaled companies to 10 million, to 100 million, to 1,000 employees and so forth. So scale to me means being 1% better on a daily basis, and eventually, if you're good in all areas, including wealth, you should eventually get to trillion. And that's unavoidable if you're seeking to live forever, which means also take care of your health. Means to not burn the fuck out, means to have fun, means to create communities and thrive. That's my version of scaling. Definitely not hiring a bunch of employees, which I did, and which is the common way to scale. Also, one could make an argument about capitalism not scaling. At some point, you're destroying the environment. More on that later. But challenges. I mean, scale is super hard in strict terms of business, like hiring more people, taking care of all these customers, the complexity, some systems they break at some level, so it always requires this new mentality. It's like this new jungle, right? Oh, you just maxed out the 1 to 10 million jungle. Now welcome to the 11 million to 100 million one, which is filled with new predators. So yeah, you need to survive and thrive in those. It's quite challenging. The tech, the humans, the constantly being on your feet, being this alpha predator every time you scale to a new number, so that's where I'm saying that it needs to scale. You need to have an underlying system in terms of stress management, in terms of keeping healthy, in terms of talking to people when it becomes really stressful, an outlet. So yeah, the human behind the company is what interests me, not necessarily the company itself. Thinking widely vs deeply. Can you expand on the benefits of thinking widely for business leader? How does this approach in planning? Well, it's just data, right? And you're less surprised by new industry pivot when you think widely. You just like Elon, Elon will not spend hundreds of hours in like one very specific topic. He will learn in many topics and he will unite the whole cake together. That's what we need in this world. We don't need like nerdy scientists that will spend tens of thousands of hours in a lab on one topic. Like thick AI can do that hard legwork. Where humans need to be nowadays, it's creativity and linking the dots together, which AI can be good in some fashion, and creativity is not only linking the dots together. I'd love to spend a full podcast on like the different types of creativity, and creativity, the word creation, creating something new and useful, in my opinion. Because like, yeah, if it's not useful, if it's like, oh, a new piece of art, I'm the only one to have this NFT, then not super useful. Or maybe it is for some people's money. But yeah, I do believe in going widely and just uniting the whole masterpiece together. I think that will be a human moat in the AI age. Killing ego is important. We're full of traumas from our childhood, and I think it's our duty to fix them. Had a convo with my psychotherapist today, and for example, me, I don't like being given orders. And yet I don't react well to people getting pissed at me, so need to fix these things in myself. It's my duty to do so. It's my duty to improve myself. Disinformation. So yeah, disinformation is pretty much everywhere. You just check people that are more on the marketing edge vs the thinking and helping edge, and you get disinformation from most of these folks. I think that's an essential skill to have in this age of lots of data. I won't call it the age of quantity, but yeah, it's definitely, there's a lots of BS out there. You need to have focus, try meditation and really reshaping your brain, which might take time. Learning system, what may it look like? Podcasting is my best learning system for business, and I supplement it with a bunch of sources, namely Wikipedia. Wikipedia basically, I read about everything and anything. I just go in wiki rabbit holes, and yeah, I get really smart on various topics, and I unite the pieces together, and that's where wisdom is created. So I may read on bank robbers one week, on ultra marathonists the other, and then I might read about the Arctic and this endangered species, so you link the dots together. It's one world that we live in, lots of data, and yeah, I don't believe in being a specialist. You need to take from all areas, and then you create scientific theories with all that data that you have. So we'll keep it to this, guys, because I have a meeting to attend, but that is the first Charles and ChatGPT podcast.